Imagine being a movie star in an era that didn't want you to shine. A time when Hollywood's golden age was anything but golden for someone like you. This is the story of Anna May Wong, the first Chinese-American film star who defied racism, stereotypes, and impossible odds to carve her name into cinema history. But why has her legacy been forgotten for so long? Stick around, because her untold life will leave you inspired, heartbroken, and in awe. It's the 1920s, the golden age of Hollywood. Silent films are king, and stars like Charlie Chaplin and Mary Pickford ruled the screen. But one woman dared to dream, beyond the shadows of Tinseltown's racism and stereotypes. Her name, Anna May Wong, the first Asian American actress to break into Hollywood. But her story isn't just glitz and glamour. It's a tale of grit, defiance, and a legacy that still resonates today. She fought for her place in a world that tried to box her in, and her journey is one you've probably never heard. So, who is Anna May Wong, and why does her story matter? Stick around as we uncover the untold life of a true trailblazer. Welcome to At Untold Lives USA, where we dig into the stories history forgot. Hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the life of a woman who changed Hollywood forever. Anna May Wong was born Wong Liu Tsong on January 3, 1905, in Los Angeles' vibrant Chinatown, in an integrated community of Chinese, Irish, German, and Japanese residents. She was the second of 7 children born to Wong Sam Sing, owner of the Sam Kee Laundry, and his second wife, Lee Gon Toy. Her parents ran a laundry business, a common trade for Chinese immigrants during an era of harsh discrimination. The Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 had barred most Chinese immigration, and those already in the U.S. faced prejudice daily. Growing up, Anna lived in a tight-knit community, but her eyes were on the silver screen. Hollywood was just a few miles away, and the magic of silent films captivated her. By age 9, Anna was sneaking into Nickelodeons, mesmerized by the flickering images of adventure and romance. She'd mimic actresses in front of her mirror, dreaming of stardom. At 14, she landed her first role as an extra in The Red Lantern in 1919, a film about the Boxer Rebellion. It was a small part, but for a Chinese-American girl in a white-dominated industry, it was huge. Her family wasn't thrilled. Acting wasn't seen as respectable for a young woman of her background, but Anna was unstoppable. Finding it difficult to keep up with both her schoolwork and her passion, she dropped out of high school to pursue her passion, taking on small roles and earning the nickname the Chinese Flapper for her modern style and charm. Anna's early years weren't just about chasing dreams. They were shaped by a society that saw her as other, yet her determination set the stage for a career that would challenge Hollywood's rules. But Hollywood wasn't kind to Anna May Wong. The 1920s and 30s were a time when racism was baked into the industry. Asian characters were often played by white actors. In Yellowface, think Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's, but worse, Anna, despite her talent, was typecast as exotic, sidekicks, maids, or villains. Her first big break came in 1922 with The Toll of the Sea, one of the earliest Technicolor films. She was only 17, playing a tragic heroine, but even then, she stole the show. Critics praised her, but bigger roles? They went to white actresses. Then there was the Motion Picture Production Code, or the Hays Code, which banned on-screen interracial romance. This meant Anna couldn't play romantic leads opposite white actors, no matter how talented she was. In 1932, she starred alongside Marlene Dietrich in Shanghai Express, a massive hit. But while Dietrich got the spotlight, Anna's role as a fallen woman was small, stereotypical. She once said, "I was tired of playing roles that died in the first reel." Frustrated, Anna took a bold step. In 1936, she left Hollywood for Europe. There, in England and Germany, she found directors who saw her as a star, not a stereotype. She starred in films like Piccadilly and Java Head, earning praise for her elegance and depth. But even in Europe, she faced challenges. Some roles still leaned on exotic tropes. Still, Anna was carving her own path, proving she was more than Hollywood's limitations. By the late 1930s, Anna May Wong was at a crossroads. Europe had given her freedom, but Hollywood was still the heart of the film world. She returned to the US, hoping things had changed. They hadn't. One of the biggest blows came in 1935, before her European stint, when she auditioned for the lead in The Good Earth, a film about Chinese farmers. It was a role she was born to play, but MGM gave the part to Louise Rayner, a white actress in Yellowface, who went on to win an Oscar. Anna was offered a minor role instead. She refused, saying, "I'd rather play a maid than be one." That rejection stung, but it also fueled her resolve. World War II brought new challenges and opportunities. Anti-Japanese sentiment was high, but Anna used her platform to advocate for Chinese-American causes. She starred in low-budget films like Bombs Over Burma and Lady from Chungking, which supported the war effort against Japan. These weren't glamorous roles, but they showed her commitment to her heritage. She also donated her earnings to Chinese war relief, earning respect as a community leader. This was Anna's midpoint, not just a star, but a voice for change. Anna's biggest triumph came in 1951, when she broke another barrier. She starred in The Gallery of Madame Liu Tsong, a TV series on the Dumont network. It was the first show to feature an Asian American lead. Anna played an art dealer solving mysteries, blending elegance with intelligence. The show didn't last long. TV was still new, and sponsorship was shaky. But it was a milestone. Anna had gone from silent film extra to TV pioneer, paving the way for future Asian American actors. Her success wasn't just on screen. Anna became a cultural icon, known for her fashion and wit. She mingled with stars like Douglas Fairbanks and spoke out about representation. In a time when Asian Americans were rarely seen in media, Anna's visibility mattered. She wasn't just acting, she was rewriting the narrative for what an Asian American could be. Her work in Europe, her advocacy during the war, and her TV breakthrough showed the world she was a force. By the late 1950s, Anna's health began to decline. Years of hard work, stress, and Hollywood's pressures took a toll. She struggled with alcoholism and liver disease, conditions that were poorly understood at the time. Her final film role was a small part in Portrait in Black in 1960, alongside Anthony Quinn. She was still magnetic, but her star had faded in an industry that moved on too fast. Anna May Wong had been cast as Madame Liang in the film adaptation of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Flower Drum Song, a role that would have marked her triumphant return to the big screen. But declining health kept her from ever stepping onto that set. On February 3, 1961, Anna May Wong passed away at the age of just 56, in her sleep, from a heart attack as she slept at home in Santa Monica. Her death went largely unnoticed by the press that once celebrated her, but her legacy, that lived on. She was laid to rest in Los Angeles, not far from the Chinatown, where she grew up, dreaming of the screen. Anna May Wong's life was a battle against the odds, a story of talent, courage, and defiance. She didn't just break barriers. She built bridges for generations of Asian American artists, from Michelle Yeoh to Simu Liu. Today, as Hollywood grapples with diversity, Anna's story reminds us how far we've come and how far we still have to go. Anna May Wong's image and career left behind a powerful legacy. Through her films, public presence, and appearances in major magazines, she challenged the narrow lens through which Chinese Americans were viewed during an era steeped in racism and exclusion. At a time when Chinese immigrants were denied citizenship and seen as eternal outsiders, Wong stood as a proud Chinese American woman on the world stage. Her very presence disrupted the myth that East and West were worlds apart. She didn't just play roles, she rewrote perceptions. So, what's the next untold story you want to hear? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more hidden histories on Only at Untold Lives USA. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.